Hello, military thinkers and debaters. Today, we will delve into a pressing military topic, the Russia-Finland dynamic. While Russia's aggressive actions in Europe, such as the 2014 annexation of Crimea and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, are widely recognized, there is an important aspect that often goes unnoticed. Finland, once under the influence of the Soviet Union, is now facing a covert hybrid warfare campaign from Russia. What are Finland's strategies, and why is the country preparing for a possible confrontation with Russia? Stay tuned to find out. The history of conflict. Finland and Russia have had a complex and contentious relationship since the 12th century, marked by conflicts, shifting control, and cultural evolution. After centuries of Swedish influence, Finland became a Russian Grand Duchy in 1809, gaining autonomy under Alexander I and developing a stronger Finnish identity. Despite these developments, Finland declared independence in 1917 during Russia's revolutionary turmoil. The 20th century saw Finland caught between major powers. Stalin's invasion in 1939 and subsequent Soviet influence after World War II limited Finland's independence. Only after the Cold War did Finland fully align with Western Europe, joining the EU in 1995 but delaying NATO membership. Russia's historical claims, echoed in Putin's rhetoric on Ukraine, raise concerns that Finland could face similar threats. Although a direct military confrontation seems unlikely, Moscow's use of hybrid warfare, combining conventional tactics with subversion, suggests Finland remains a target for Russian aggression. This underscores Finland's strategic importance and its evolving role in countering Russian influence. Russian staging plan, hybrid warfare tactics. Hybrid warfare, as seen in Finland's recent challenges, aims to destabilize a nation without confrontation. Since the Ukraine war, Finland has faced various hybrid tactics from Russia, including the flooding of illegal migrants into the country. Finnish officials, including Prime Minister Petteri Orpo, have accused Russia of orchestrating this influx, with reports suggesting that Russian border guards are facilitating the process. These migrants, often from Syria, Iraq, and Yemen, are crossing into Finland via a legal loophole involving bicycles, which Russia allegedly exploits to weaken Finland's border security. The situation worsened in 2024, with thousands of third-country migrants gathering in Russia, waiting to cross into Finland. The country responded by closing border crossings and strengthening border patrols. This surge in illegal crossings is seen as an attempt to disrupt Finnish communities and stretch their resources, forcing Finland to allocate additional funds and manpower to address the issue. Russia's withdrawal from the 2012 border agreement with Finland in January 2024 further fueled tensions. Moscow blames Finland's refusal to accommodate Russians for the termination while ignoring its role in pushing migrants toward the border. This strategy mirrors tactics used in 2021 when Russia allegedly helped Belarus orchestrate a migrant crisis on the borders of Poland and Lithuania. Such hybrid warfare tactics aim to create division, divert resources, and weaken targeted nations, using migrants as pawns in a larger geopolitical game. Finland secures the northern border. Deploying them might allow Russia to divide the EU, eroding its united front against Russia after the Ukraine war. Russia's tactics have been revealed, fortunately for Finland and the EU. Chatham House claims that the EU recognizes Finland's responsibility in securing the group's northern borders and is backing it during the crisis. As Russia drives more refugees to the Finnish border, staff, financial help, and equipment have been supplied, suggesting Moscow's activities have strengthened EU connections. Putin didn't want that reaction, but he was happy with the disarray. He's used other hybrid warfare tactics against Finland, besides funneling refugees to the borders. Plus the polar bear. The Chinese container ship Nu Polar Bear and the Russian cargo ship Sevmorpot wrecked the Gulf of Finland in October 2023. The Finnish National Bureau of Investigation says both were nearby when two telecommunications cables and an undersea gas pipeline were damaged. This incident concerned the new polar bear. It was traced through the Baltic Sea and arrived at Arkhangelsk without its portside anchor. 2 days after the Chinese ship arrived in Russia, the Finnish National Bureau of Investigation found that anchor in the seabed near the damaged pipeline. Was the damage intentional? The Chinese ship's sailors say it wasn't, but Finland wasn't convinced. Finland said in December 2023 that all evidence showed the new polar bear purposefully destroyed the telephone wires and pipeline after 2 months of investigation. As Finland's Minister of European Affairs, Alda Croix says, "I'm not the sea captain, yet I'd think you'd realize you're dragging an anchor for hundreds of kilometers." The new polar bear sailing to a Russian port after the event and then returning to China raises questions. Despite his claim that he can't speculate on Chinese government participation, Alda Croix suggests the claimed accident was an intentional sabotage operation. The role of Russia in hybrid warfare is considerably murkier. China may have targeted the telephone and gas infrastructure via a container ship, claiming innocence by mistake and helping Russia spread more turmoil in Finland. Russia may have caused additional inconvenience for Finland, much like it does by bringing illegal migrants to its borders. Finland now believes Russia is using hybrid warfare against it. Russia's actions are shrouded in semi-plausible deniability, and there has been no direct clash. Finland sees through that curtain and is vigorously preparing for a possible confrontation with Russia. Simple question: how? The most obvious answer is that Finland joined NATO. For decades, Finland could have made that step, but it chose military neutrality. Finland hoped its neutrality would allow it to cooperate with Russia, as seen by the 2012 border accord that was discontinued while keeping its links to the West. That strategy was abandoned. Finland joins NATO. Finland joined NATO in April 2023. Russia's activities cause it. Finland's Prime Minister Alexander Stubb said joining was inevitable after Russia invaded Ukraine. The BBC speculates that many Finns saw the writing on the wall and remembered the 1939 Soviet invasion of their country, which started the Winter War. Finland shouldn't repeat that mistake, thus joining NATO now is smart. This makes it part of a collective force and protected by Article 5 of the NATO Charter, which states that an attack on one NATO member's territory is an attack on all NATO members. That alone may deter Russia from targeting Finland after the Ukraine war. Putin dislikes Finland's decision. In May 2022, he threatened military, technical, and other retaliation for Finland's joining. Russia may use hybrid warfare as part of those steps. In any case, Finland is now part of a multi-nation coalition that will directly back it if it needs to protect itself against Russia. Finland has the military power to protect itself. Military position of Finland. Finland is unexpectedly militarized despite ranking 50th out of 145 nations in the 2024 Power Index. The BBC reports that Finland's military has 28,000 wartime soldiers and trains 21,000 conscripts per year for a 9,000 reserve force. This is huge for a country with 5.5 million people. Pub Affairs Brussels examines Finland's military might. Finland has roughly 200 German Leopard 2 tanks, the same number of infantry fighting vehicles, and 613 armored personnel carriers. Finland gives NATO a respectable ground force with 682 artillery units. The nation knows its naval warfare geography. The Finnish Navy's mine warfare makes breaching Finland's craggy coast much harder. Its navy possesses 5 mine layers and 3 Katanpää-class mine countermeasure ships, illustrating how Finland would handle a maritime attack. Reuters adds more info. Finland claims to have Western Europe's strongest artillery, with 682 units, 700 mortars, and 100 rocket launchers. It possesses 650 missiles and will buy more. Finland has enough assault rifles, grenade launchers, and anti-tank weapons for its 900,000-person reserve. Winter clothing, gas masks, and night vision goggles make a small force well prepared compared to Russia's. Finland's cold weather battle expertise is equally relevant to winter gear. A tiny Finnish force may defeat a stronger Soviet force in severe weather, as the Winter War of 1939 showed. Finland's resilience preparations for a repeat invasion are admired by Chatham House. It claims Finland would raid Russian invaders in its vast forests and lakes to keep them from reaching its main population. If Russian forces attacked, Finland would hold them off, giving NATO time to organize defenses against Putin's military. Its military spending is also rising. Reuters reported in August 2023 that Finland will allocate 2.3% of its GDP to the military by 2024. That's above NATO's 2% standard, signaling the country wants to restock and improve against Russia's hybrid warfare. By joining NATO, Finland strengthens its military and strengthens ties with countries that can assist it protect itself. Finnish response goes deeper. The country appears to be cooperating with Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. The Center for Eastern Studies in Poland noted this collaboration in September 2023 when describing how all four nations are building border defenses. Finland builds barriers in 8 sections along its 124-mile border. The biggest concentrations of infrastructure and population on Finland's side of the border are at permanent road border crossing sites with Russia. Construction of these barriers is expected to cost $380 million and finish in 2026. The revelation preceded the May 2024 statement that Finland, the 3 Baltic republics, and Poland had formed a common accord to prevent Russia from bypassing EU sanctions. The 5 nations that make up the EU's border with Russia will agree to standardize penalties and share border intelligence. Building walls and cooperating with neighboring governments appear to be answers to Russia's migrant tactic, but neither signals a military buildup. The key is that Finland isn't letting Russia do whatever it wants. By working with neighbors, it wants to resolve border difficulties. Through NATO membership and heavy military spending, Finland is ready for the risk that Putin may follow up on his hybrid tactics with a full-scale invasion. Finland will be ready if he does. The support of 31 other nations will also help if tensions with Russia rise. Finland is still balancing. It can't show weakness to Russia, since that would give Putin confidence to invade after the Ukraine war. Finland must avoid overreacting. Russia's hybrid warfare methods aim to confuse and villainize Finland. That's why Finland is strengthening its military, joining NATO, and cooperating with other Russia-bordering nations. So, are Finland's defense measures laying the groundwork for future aggression or a prudent response to Russia's hybrid warfare tactics? Do you think Finland is justified in preparing for a potential attack from Putin, or could these preparations make the country a more attractive target, especially given Putin's stance on NATO? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.